Blog Talk Radio.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Creating My World from the Inside Out Internet Radio. It is Sunday, December 20 or 21st. Who cares whether it's a day or two either way. Let's try the 20th. My name is Russ Latow. I'm the founder of the Healing Center, Convergence Reiki, and now the Creating My World seminars and workshops. So we're doing something for the first time here. I am also videotaping this as well, and so what the plan is going to be is we'll have not only the audio archive, but we'll also have the video archive that we will be putting to the variety of different video channels and profiles that we have. So what I will do is I'll kind of do our general introduction that we do here, and then I'll just kind of flip over and do another quick introduction as part of the video portion. So a couple of websites, www.healingcenter.ca, center spelled CENTER.ca, our Reiki certification websites, convergencereiki.com, and that's where we host the Reiki certification, as I said, workshops, pretty much everything outside of Alberta, the ones within Alberta, and especially in the Red Deer area, you can find at the healingcenter.ca website. As you guys that have been with me for a while know, this is a 15-minute show, so the phone lines aren't open and the chat room isn't open, just for the sake of time. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a real quick intro to the video portion of it. So bear with me, and here we go. Welcome to another edition of Creating My World Internet Radio and Online Video. My name is Russ Latow. I'm the founder of the Healing Center and the Creating My World seminars and workshops. It is Sunday, December 20th. Thanks for joining us. So tonight I wanted to talk about something that I'm calling, it's not so important what you're looking or where you're looking to, it's where you're looking from. And so for those of you that have been listening to the radio program for any period of time, for the last, well, coming on probably 5 months now, I would say, I've been chronicling my journey into really, I'm going to say really exploring what the law of attraction and manifesting abundance and, you know, all those different catchphrases and things like that, what it really, really means and how to apply it in a very real world and a very practical way in our day-to-day lives. One of the things that I have found is that there's such tremendous value in looking at things that we would take for granted and wouldn't even think about. And also it's things that when you first look at it or think about it, you would, you know, yes, there's the big steps that you would take, right? But I found a lot of times there's tremendous value in making what can appear like the smallest change or the smallest shift. But if you think about what it means, the implications for it are tremendous. And that's what the topic of tonight's show is. And so for those of you that are joining us video, as I said, we are, so you see the headset here, so I'm broadcasting live on Blog Talk Radio, and then I'm also archiving it as the video that we have here. So I'm just checking to make sure everything is working as it should be. This is the first time that we're doing it. It is, so that's cool. It's not where you're looking to, it's where you're looking from. And probably the best way to explain this one is to give you an example. And I'll use the one that tends to be the one that people gravitate to whenever they're thinking about anything in this genre, and that's money. And that's manifesting more money. And so we'll use that as an example. So let's say that your desire is to manifest an extra, and I'm going to pick a number. You're going to manifest an extra $5,000 a month. And now you kind of know some of the techniques and different things like this, and many of you that have followed, as I said, this program or really explored the whole law of attraction movement will have learned about the value of visualizing. So visualizing is basically living out your desire in your mind as though it has already happened, and that's the key. And I'm sure we've all heard that, and we've probably thought we were practicing that. But there's a subtle difference, and in that subtle difference is such a huge switch. So when we're visualizing, and usually the visualizing is pictures, but isn't it always more than pictures? Isn't there always sort of that running dialogue that goes through our mind at the same time? And so we're visualizing, and what are we visualizing? We're visualizing more money. So we're visualizing acquiring $5,000 every month. Let's say that's what our goal is. So we're visualizing acquiring $5,000 every month. Now that seems like a very worthy goal, and it seems like a worthy thing to visualize and to look for. Now here's the interesting thing, because the power is in where we are at when we are looking at our visualizations. Now just stick with me here. So our visualization is manifesting more money. That's what we're looking towards, right? Now, we know that the power lies in the perception, in how we choose to look at things. So think about it. What is our perspective of that? Where are we looking at that I'm going to visualize and manifest $5,000 a month from? Where are we looking at that from? So here's this movie playing out in front of us, of this money coming in. Where are we looking at that movie from? What's the perspective that we're looking at that movie from? And I would suggest to you that our perspective is that we're looking at that from the point of view of not having the $5,000, or not having enough, or lack of finances in this case. Now think about this, because at first glance you would go, whoa, what? But if you think about it, the power is in that resonance, right? That vibration, that frequency that we choose to give off. And I know for some that may seem a little bit, kind of out there, but there's an abundance amount of science that validates that there's a frequency that our state of being gives off that has a very real effect in our external experience. So the perspective that we are looking at that visualization from is one that we don't have it, is one that we're trying to get more of it, in this case finances, and it's a perspective from lack or not enough. Yes, we are looking towards acquiring this extra money, but that's not where the power is. The power is the perspective that we're looking at that from. And so, if we're looking at it from a perspective of not having it yet, and those of you that have studied any of this know that the visualization process is what? Visualizing yourself as though you already have it. Now you see what the difference is. As I said, it's minor when you first look at it, but if you think about it, it's huge. When I'm going through that exact visualization, the perspective that I'm looking at it from is that I don't have it, because I'm acquiring it, right? Now compare it to this. The visualization that I have in my mind of what my life will be like, or the experience of already having it. So the $5,000 every month, I would be visualizing what life would be like when that happens. And so the pictures in your mind are you doing whatever it is that you would be doing if you already had the $5,000 every month. So think of it as what you would be doing if that which you desired you already had, right? So rather than looking into the future, saying I don't have it now and I'm going to accumulate it or manifest it, you're actually going the exact opposite. And you're saying, here I am, I already have it. And in a way, I'm kind of looking into the past because I already have it. And I'm saying, this is what my experience would be like. This is what I would feel like. This is what my circumstances, my external experience would look like if I already had it. Okay, so you see the difference? At first glance, it can seem very subtle, but it's incredibly powerful because we know that essentially there are two perspectives that we can look at anything from. It's either not enough or more than enough. There really isn't, it's very black and white, actually very binary for those of you that are computer languages. It's either this or it's this, right? So you're either looking at it from a perspective of not enough, so I don't have enough, I don't have it yet, I'm going to acquire it, so I will have more, or you're looking at it from this perspective of more than enough, as in I already have it. So, what is that resonance that we're giving off? If we are saying my visualization is accumulating more of it, the perspective I'm looking at it from is one of not enough. What is that resonance that we're giving off? Is not enough. So what is the flavoring of the experiences that we're going to have, especially as it relates to this particular visualization of desire, is one of not enough. So what are we going to experience? More of not enough. However, if in our visualization we visualize and we feel on the inside what it will feel like, what it will look like when we already have it, now our perspective is one of more than enough or already having of it. And so what's the resonance? What's that frequency we're going to give off? We're going to give off the frequency of more than enough, already having it. So what are we going to naturally attract or reflect back to us? Experiences of more than enough. So when you're practicing your visualization, when you're dreaming, if you will, think about not so much where you're looking to, but where you're looking from. This is a common thread that I have heard in all the teachers that I've listened to, all the teachers that I've watched on video, but really, and from sort of in the whole gamut, from the very quote-unquote spiritual sort of aspect to it, and also sort of from the other end, if you will, the sort of hardcore business, if I can use those words, perspective as well. They all say the same thing. They use different language sometimes, but they're all saying the same thing. So think about it. We have 2 minutes left, so I'll wind it up. Think about it. It's not where you're looking to, it's where you're looking from. Thank you for spending your 10 or 15 minutes, depending on whether you're listening to it on the Blog Talk Radio platform or with the video. My name is Russ Latour. I'm the founder of the Healing Center, Convergence Reiki, and the Creating My World seminars and workshops, www.healingcenter.ca, center spelled CENTER.ca. As I said, it is Sunday, December 20th, 2009. Thanks for spending your 15 minutes with me. Thanks for being a participant in the first video recording of this, if that's how you're watching it. And I will see all of you, and I will speak to all of you again in 7 days. Thanks, folks.